All right, folks, back on the Bossman show, going over to Holly Springs, Mississippi, right below Memphis to Russ College. Talk to Coach Howard White with me on the Bossman show. Coach White, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, my man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Coach, I've been new head coach here at Russ College, man. Well, tell me, what does this mean to you, and how's it been trying to get this thing built and going, Coach?
Well, it means a lot, man. It's a great situation here. You got a great situation where you can build. Got a great recruiting class that came in this year. So we're looking forward to a successful year, man. I mean, we don't want to build or whatever. We want to, jump right in this thing and be competitive and win right away.
Yes, sir. And you know what, Coach? Russ is such a historic in the college. I've known about Russ for years. It's a national brand, in my opinion, for HBCUs. Let's talk about
Right.
that part of it being the national brand. People hearing about Russ College, hey, they know about Russ College, and when you make a phone call, Russ College will ring a bell to a young man.
Right. Exactly right. That helped me a lot when it came down to recruiting. A lot of kids already knew, about the school, knew the history of the school and the programs that are here. And, there used to be a powerhouse program that women have won a national title in, Division III, and men won a national title in the USCA in 77, I think. So a lot of people knew about the school already. So that wasn't a hard sale.
Yes, sir. And Coach, talk about the education at Russ College, the degree, because the way you located it, opportunity for internships, networking, and growing them outside of the sport. Because you and I both know once the ball starts bouncing, you gotta have something to fall back on as well. And getting that degree is very important.
Right, you're right about that. And great alumni base here, man. I think, does a great job of helping kids get employment once they graduate here. And plus, you're located in a great area. You mean, 40 minutes from Memphis, and you're nowhere from Oxford and Ole Miss, and so people are very familiar with the school, and that gives kids some opportunities, man, because you're in an area where people know who you are, and it's a good degree. So you get an opportunity once you graduate.
Yes, sir. And Coach, talk about that. And I know you're a private school, and a lot of it's need based as well for young men. So how do you go about making sure young men are graduating without too much debt on them? And because it's very important now with student loans and stuff like that. So let's talk about that. How
Yeah.
y'all put those packages together for these young men so they can come there and leave debt free.
Well, we package a lot of things together as far as our academic scholarships, outside scholarships, athletic scholarships. So we package things together, give them as less debt as possible. That's what I try to do when they leave here, if not no debt at all. So there's a lot of scholarships they could apply for. Scholarships are out there. Outside scholarship that they can apply for once they get here. Then we have some internal scholarships they can apply for. The thing is getting these youngsters to apply for them.
Yeah.
That's the key issue. Hey man, all you got to do is write a letter, show some interest that you're willing to put some effort out there to get that scholarship, and yeah, you can leave here debt free or very little debt. So we emphasize that a lot, and I know I do. It helps my budget, when I can get a kid in, he's got academic money, or he can get that once he get here. And plus now we're working on other types of scholarships too now, and presently that we can give to them so they can be a little less debt free when they leave here. And the
Yeah.
tuition is not compared to other schools, like a Morehouse or whatever, that's 40-some thousand a year. We're only about 19, a little over 19. So, it's easy for you to get two scholarships and be debt free.
Yeah, Coach. That's why I chose Tennessee State. I want to stay home in Atlanta, where I'm
Mm-hmm.
from, but Morehouse and Clark, Georgia Tech wanted me to walk on. Georgia State didn't have football at the time, so
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee State has a radius, and I was 247 from TSU. Got the in-state rate.
Right,
Tuition was
right.
25,866 a semester. So I was big on that even as a young. Back in the day, I'm almost 40 years old now. If back in the day, it was like even I had in my mind, I don't want to go to leave school in debt. So that's on my mind then. So I was like, that's why I'm going
Right,
to ask that question because I feel like it's very important for young men to understand about that. You don't want to leave school in debt at all if
right,
you can afford it.
right, right. That's understandable.
And coach, for you, man, when you go out and recruit wise, coach, you're in a great location to find players. Hop and skip drive away from Birmingham, Memphis, Oxford, Nashville, Atlanta. If you want to go farther over, what about this, John, circle around Russ College and be able to find young men that fit your system and trying to recruit D1 players to Russ to play for you.
Anything long as I've been in this business, man, you got to have great connections. You got to have people that can call on you, or you call them about a certain type of kid that you're trying to recruit. And that's key for being in this business a long time. You don't necessarily have to go out so much. You know what I mean? Because you got guys that you've been knowing for over 15, 20 years that'll make a phone call and you say, Coach, I got this kid. And I know you as a coach, I know what you think academics first. So I got a great kid, man. He don't mind going to class. He wants his college degree and he wants to be well coached. I'm going to send you some film on him. Right? You
Mm-hmm.
contact him, you contact his parents, you contact people, his whole find out what kind of kid he is. But normally, when a guy that knows you well, he know what kind of kid you want.
Yes.
So he's not gonna send you a kid that don't want to go to class or he's smoking all day long and what he's not gonna send you that cat. If he calls you, I got a few guys that are like that. If he calls you, he knows that that's the kind of kid that you want. So it's all about your connections, man. It's all about the people that you've known in the past that know what kind of people you are and what kind of kids you want to play for you. They know that, and plus, I coached junior college basketball in Florida for a lot of years, man, before I got to Division I level. So a lot of junior college guys I know when they'll call me or I call them, hey man, I need a wing, I need a center, I need a point guard. They're gonna give me the best kid, best attitude, whatever the case may be on that team. And that win ball games for you.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And like I said, I feel like JUCO level, NAIA level, you learn how to coach for real, how to touch
Right.
every aspect of a program. Because some of them guys at D1, I think they a little spoiled. They don't know how to. They don't know how to deal with certain things and how to make some things go make it work. I feel like you guys at
Yeah.
JUCO level, NAIA level, you all are granted because the money ain't there.
Right.
And
Right.
as you would
Right.
have it at the D1 level. And some of them do to me
Well,
that
I
some of
think
them,
you work harder. You
yes,
work
they
harder
they
at this level.
they spoiled, coach. They
Yeah, I
spoiled,
know.
man. I call y'all spoiled. Y'all don't understand the grind. I respect JUCO coaches, and I respect you. I know you're working. You making a mountain out of a molehill to a degree. You
Yeah,
train
you better
substance
learn how to
we may
you better
use.
learn how to use your resources, man. You know what I mean? You better learn
Yes.
how to, and you better understand that you don't have all the resources other bigger schools have. You better understand that, and then you put your plan together and you make it work. You got to be creative, innovative. You got to be all of those things. Because you're working very.
And coach, this coach, man, I'm just coach as well. How was scheduling at the NAIA level, coach?
Now I know you froze up for a minute. Repeat that question again.
Yeah. So, yeah, coach, how is scheduling? I know the D1 level, there's a lot of buy games. D2s can play each other in that same region. So how is it in the IA trying to schedule games that when you're not in the GAAC play?
Well, the main thing you want to schedule some games um, where your kids get a chance to play against great competition. Not a lot of these cup, but you want to throw in a couple of exhibition games where you can make some money. This year we're playing Troy and being Miles College, their Division II. So we get a chance to make some money off those games. But then again, you want to play at least one, maybe two games where you have an opportunity to have your kids have some confidence. You don't want to play all the hard teams and, that type of thing, but you kind of we want to mix it and balance it out a little bit, where you have a couple of games where you're going to get challenged. Then if you have some games where, it's almost like a practice, but still, can you get up for the games that you can beat? the teams that you know you can be. Can you get up for those games the way you get up for a game for a team that is going to challenge you? You get up for those games, and that's what I look at. Do you get up consistently because of the love of the game, not about who you're playing? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, coach. And coach, I know you have an interesting conference. I mean, a lot of different talented coaches in the GAC conference, the Gulf Coast conference. So talk about this as you watch the league. You kind of review some film on as you be playing about how talented the coaching is and how talented players are in GACAC.
Yeah, it's a good league. I was in that league some years ago. This was in that league before they went Division 2. So the league is a very good league. It's a good guard wing league. That guard play, and you got to come to play every night because no matter where you go, who you play, they come in with it. Because it's good coaching in this league, man. It really is. I mean, the guys at Tougaloo College does a great job. My man Todd at Philander Smith does a great job. Now we do have a couple of new schools that are in the league, like the Virgin Islands, and Suno just came back. Wiley College is in our league now, and I think next year we added more schools. Oh, the Virgin Islands, I forgot about them. So, but there's good coaching in the league, so you got to be able to make adjustments during the game. You got to figure out how you're going to play to be successful in this league. You got to have good guard play, guys that can put that ball on the floor, guys that can shoot the three, those type of things. And then you got to make sure you got guys that want to defend because in this league, they come at you every night. So you got to be able to defend. You know what I mean? And especially on the road, because I'm going to tell you, it's tough playing on the road in this league, bro. It's tough. I'll be honest with you. It is. So, but we're prepared, man. We brought in a great recruiting class this year, guards. I got 20 jokers on the team right now, and I can't cut neither one of them. All of them are good. I have no drop off, none, and
Wow.
that's very rare. But you know what? I'll take that. I'll use some of that guarantee money to help out with travel.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
Yes.
keep all 20.
Especially that VI trip. That's like a trip. Hey, you can go to the Virgin Islands
Yeah,
and conference play. That's a heck of a road game trip for a conference play.
that's a very good trip. That's a good recruiting tool. A lot of
Yes.
kids never been to the Virgin Islands before. I've been to the Virgin Islands a couple of times. It's a good trip. So it's a good recruiting tool. Every kid, that I'm talking to now and previously, I tell them that we're going to the Virgin Islands, man. They're not conference now. What? Yeah, that's a great recruiting tool. So that's another thing that's good about the conference. Everybody can't say that. You
And you don't
know,
need a passport to go.
no, no.
Don't
I
need
was there last year. Last year with the Waters. We went to they had a classic over there last year for all the a lot of HBCUs, Virginia State and people like that. Yeah, it was nice, man. And my kids were excited because a lot of them never seen blue water before, been to a different type of culture just to experience that. So, hey, it's gonna be all right. And
and they look like you.
there you go. Exactly right.
It's a good
Everybody
lesson
there.
on how we all got here.
Exactly. Exactly. People over there in Ireland will tell you the history.
Yes.
Trust
coach,
me
it's
on
funny
that.
because coach, it was funny. Me as a 6-year-old in Atlanta playing travel baseball. That's how I learned. I said, Dad, they look like me, they talk different.
They
my
talk
dad,
different.
my dad was
Yeah.
like, son, let me help you. A point of a finger and a boat trip is wide. You here, he was there. And so that little travel baseball lesson
Exactly right.
taught me that little tidbit about who we are and why it is the way it is. So that
There
little
you go.
6-year-old lesson my dad gave me, I was like, that way he talk different. And
Right.
my
Right.
dad
Right.
broke it down like that. One little finger and a boat trip. It's
Yep.
wild. It's funny how
Yeah.
somebody paid that.
You're right. You're right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, coach, that's his culture for you, man. at what point in your career did you decide you wanted to become a coach? Like, what part of your journey said, "Hey, coaching is gonna be my passion. I'm gonna attack for the rest of my life. He'll help out young men."
Um, in the maybe middle '90s, and I rode to this was at a junior college. I was working there, but I wasn't coaching there, and I rode against it with the coach, and he and I were just talking basketball on the way, from Jackson Drive. So we were just talking basketball, and he said, "Hey, man, you got a very good IQ for the game." He said, "You should consider getting into coaching." I said, and everything. I started off volunteering,
Gotcha.
and it went from there. When something hits you, man, that this is what you're supposed to be doing, it
Yes.
hits you really hard, and you can't ignore it.
Yes.
So you do everything you can to make it successful. Like I said, I started off volunteering at a junior college, and I had a good friend of mine to tell me, said, "Coach, yeah, I know you just got in this thing. It's different than any other career. It's different." He said, "You gonna need to have about 4 to 5 years before you feel comfortable that you know what you're doing." Most jobs
Wow.
give you what, 90 days. If you didn't get
Yes.
it in 90 days, you're in trouble. I say four
Yes.
to five. Yeah. But you know what though? That person was exactly. It took about 4 to 5 years when I was very, very comfortable about recruiting, identifying talent who can play at that level, this level, whatever the case may be. Started bringing in classes, man, to that junior college, and they hadn't won like conference titles in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I got at Florida. The guy recognized it. He was like, "Man, you bring in great talent." I understand that, what kind of kids can play at what level or whatever the case may be. And I tell people this all the time. There's a major kid, he may be high major, right? But there's a difference between a high major kid at Ole Miss or Mississippi State and a high major kid that's going to Duke, North
Mm-hmm.
Carolina. They're different, they're a different kind of talent.
Yes.
Instantly, that type of talent. But North Carolina, Duke, Kentucky, they will. So you have to take your time and understand and study what kind of kid can play at what level. Even at this level where I'm at, NIA, what I try to do is I try to bring in kids that I know they're a little bit above NIA.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I did that as a junior college coach. That's why I was getting recognized. I would bring in kids. Not, I don't want to bring in no kid I got to develop. I want to bring in a kid that right now he can go play Division 1 or Division 2 basketball. Had to go to junior college because of great test scores, grades, whatever the case may be. You want a kid to develop, you send him to a prep school. You got to
Mm-hmm.
compete. And so I want the type of kids that come in here that Division 1 assistant coach calling me about. Shit, one year, cat, I had 8 to go Division 1 at junior college one. One year, 8. We
Wow.
talking about Louisiana Tech, Xavier, TCU, Arkansas, Little Rock, Long Beach State, Louisiana Tech, Louisiana Tech, Morehouse. I had we had class that year. That's what I try to do. So the class that I brought in this year, all these kids here can play above NIA. And that's how you got to compete in this league because everybody else gonna do the same thing. Todd Day gonna do the same thing. My man at Two Blue gonna do the same thing. All of them gonna do the same thing. They're looking for the kids that they know playing higher than NIA basketball. That's all. And because when you get to the national tournament, it's gonna face anyway. You're gonna face them kind of teams. The
Mm-hmm.
guy that transferred Division 2, Division 1 schools and transferred in, you're gonna face some kind of kids. So you gotta try to get it done early. So that's what I try to do.
And coach, last one for you, coaches, man. When you're not busy recruiting and coaching your tail off, so like, how do you get away from the court and kind of decompress and just have some time for yourself, man?
Oh yeah, man. I most definitely I shit had I do that a lot, man. I like to travel and I like I like shopping. I I go just hang around because you can't do that. You can't let women, consume you, bro. You just can't do that because
Yes.
it would eat you up. Trust me, it would eat you up, man. So you got to find a go visit family, friends, or whatever the case may be. Because normally, be honest with you, I don't take basketball. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't take basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Or we win, it stays here. You know what I mean? I don't. I get ready for the next game, and my kids love that because I don't come in and we'll watch film and we'll correct some things, but then we move on because when you correct those things, that should help you in the next ball game. So you start concentrating on your next game. So you don't harp on what happened last ball. My guys go all the way back 3 games before. Harping on what happened or whatever the case. I don't do that. We don't get into that. So, and that's one thing that I think those kids love about me because I don't stay in the past, man. I just look, man, we got a ball game in a day or two. So we're gonna correct what we did here or whatever it may be, and then we move on.
No doubt. Well, Coach White, it's a pleasure to have you on the show today, man. We gotta do this again real soon.
I
I do
appreciate it.
I do come to Memphis and cover the Grizzlies, so I could catch you when I'm in Memphis. If you come to
Mhm.
Atlanta Hawk game, let me know. And do you all play at Fisk, Coach, or you don't play at Fisk?
Okay,
Because
sounds good.
yeah, Coach, I'm gonna make sure we help you out, man. So I'm gonna get your number offline, man. It was really fun to talk to you today, man. I know you're a legend in this business, man. So to have you on my show, man, today definitely an honor and a privilege, my good brother.
All right, appreciate you, my man.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.